Sometimes you just cannot believe some of these sales. If you're new here, my name is Kevin, the Stoic Reseller. I buy new and used clothing to sell on platforms like eBay and Poshmark for a profit. I get these items from either online auction sites or at thrift stores. If you're into that kind of content or into metrics, strategies, deep dives, all sorts of stuff, thrift hauls, you name it, I do it. Like, subscribe, comment below. So I'm going to show you every single sale, $40 and above, that I had on eBay and on Poshmark. This week was a little hit and miss, similar to last week. But let's get right into it, guys. Stay tuned. You're going to see the eBay numbers and the Poshmark numbers. We are reviewing October 6th through October 12th. And you can see here, eBay was up week over week a little bit, about 4%. Nothing spectacular. One caveat was last week, we didn't really list much of anything. I listed all the blazers from thrift trips, all the ties, so kind of low sell-through, high average cost items. But other than that, I mean, we missed a whole day on Monday, and so it's kind of one of those weeks where it was almost like a maintenance week. It is what it is, all right? So you can see, sales were $3,085.39, and overall net sales $1,637.11. We sold 84 items, which was pretty solid. We had 78 unique buyers. Our top 5 categories were randomly 1,000% higher. Were men's pants. I guess fall is starting and people want to wear some pants. Then men's casual button-downs in second place, down 32%, but that was for $301. Third place came men's activewear tops, down almost 39% at 38.5. Next, fourth place was men's activewear shorts. I'm telling you guys, this was up 502%. Like I said, we didn't really list anything last week to name. None of these top 5 categories I listed anything of last week. And I don't know if you remember, I told you that essentially activewear was going to be a sneaky big time seller come Q4. People are going from outside to inside and they want to look good. And coming in 5th place in the clothing and shoes accessories were men's activewear pants, down 15%. Going down here, you can see total sales were still up, but what is striking, and it might make you wonder, like, what the heck? Total cost was 42.3%. It's a bit skewed because we did all of our weekend shipping on October 6th. Normally my wife does it like Sunday night or Saturday night to just catch up. So it is a bit skewed, but I will admit we had a lot of bummer sales. A lot of items are still moving on that 70% off. So, you're talking $5 to $6 items. It is what it is. We're still slowly transitioning the store. So that is eBay. We'll go over here to Poshmark. I had to do some math for you because Poshmark metrics don't allow you to research very well. So remember, we're 6 to the 12th. And it came out to $1,233 and a penny. Not terrible. We had 77 listings, so we could do it right here in real time. Yeah, I guess it was only $16 and a penny was the average item. Oh, wait, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. This is why you don't do math on a YouTube video, guys. So anyways, there's your numbers. The average buy cost was got to be a lot higher. Because what do we have? 3, 8, 17, 22, 31, 34, and 38. So, yeah. A lot better than, it was probably about double that, so around $30 would be the average ASP on Poshmark. So stay tuned, guys. Let me get everything reset to show you the sales. On the sales, guys, just for your information and reminder, I will be telling you how long the item took to sell and I'll be showing you the tags so you understand exactly what to look for, okay? So it's starting us off real strong are these cool pants. These were the Silencer Ripstop. I listed these on September 22nd. They sold October 12th. So, it's about 3 weeks. Let's hit the original listing. Pretty big size. I've come to find out that in a lot of my activewear and outdoor brands that I like selling, and I find often, the bigger sizes typically don't always do better. So just keep that in mind, okay? But got lucky. You can see here, these did have the style name on the inside pocket. But cool, you can also look underneath the material tag and that style number down there. Just type it into Google. You'll figure it out. Moving on. Next item is a Versace tie. Listed this August 15th, sold October 12th. So it took about 2 months. Not terrible for a tie. Sold for $49.99. I think I took a best offer of $40. I don't know why it doesn't show that. But this was V2 by Versace. This was an online auction win by me. I would have paid probably $11 all in for a bulk lot of ties. $11 per tie. But they were all Versace or Salvatore Ferragamo or Burberry. Pretty big lot. But yeah, here you go. If you see this out in the wild, just know V2 by Versace isn't necessarily like the main line of Versace, but it's still good. It's still Versace. People still want the name. The one big thing about this, though, is you want to make sure that Medusa head is somewhere on the tie. It increases the value and the sell-through rate. But yeah, overall, pretty good. This pretty unique style of tie. I've never found one like that. But yeah, I'll take it. Here's some Lululemon ABC Classic Fit Chinos, Warp Stream. I have found that it is very important to list the fabric, the style, and whether or not it's an athletic or classic or slim fit. They have all of it. I listed this on October 6th, sold on October 12th. Not too bad. 6 days for Lululemon chinos. So these have come down in price. I'd still list them all at $40. I'm very selective with them. I don't pick up ones that have flaws or maybe overworn. You know how sometimes you feel an item and it just generally doesn't feel the best. I don't pick those up. Lululemon, if you don't know, especially on these pants, they're in the back right pocket in the zipper, in the zipped up section of the back pocket. The style number LM5ADGT will tell you everything in Google. You'll get the material, you'll get the fit, things like that. With these, you do not want to take what Google says that the inseam should be. You just take your own measurements and list it as such, okay? I think the reason they sold so quickly were they were they were like an average men's size at 38, and the inseam was quite long, 36-inch inseam. So, real solid. Really good item. Next, some FootJoy pants. These were new at tags. These were the Tour Fit Performance Golf. They were slim fit. I listed these August 29th. These sold on October 12th. So about a month and a half, give or take a few days. You know, I'm not doing math anymore. I learned my lesson. Let's look at the tags. So you guys know I do pick up FootJoy pants, but they have to be the athletic fit pants. I don't believe these had it. No, these are not the athletic fit, but new at tags. Generally, you see any good golf brand or golf brand you've heard of, new at tags, odds are it's probably pretty good to pick up. I accepted an offer of $45. Pretty solid sale there. Next, you got some Peter Millar pants. These were the Raleigh Performance trouser. These were listed August 28th, sold October 11th. So again, about a month and a half, give or take a few days. Sold for right on the money of $40. Again, really good waist size. The inseam I think was a little different than the 32. I think they were hemmed. I could be wrong, but they looked hemmed to me. I listed them as a 29-inch inseam. So yeah, really good item here. Month and a half. I buy these and the EB66. And the way I kind of know if it's a good style is you see here on the back, this, like how it looks like this. That's pretty indicative of a good Peter Millar pant. So just keep on that lookout. Here is an item that I have had for 3 years. I bought this at Walmart on clearance for, I think, $35. And they've been sitting in my garage for that long. And I was like, I just really want to get rid of them. We had 2 of them. We still have one. This one sold within like a day. August 11th sold August 11th. And I think we took $82.99. I think they just used my store coupon. And then, yeah, not a bad sell. I didn't make a whole lot of a crap ton of money, but it's Lego. I think what really sells this set is the fact that it's the original Ariel, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I do dabble into some of this stuff. I don't do it anymore until I can get my savings built back up, because I don't want to be collecting stuff for long term. Okay. We have a Keaton jacket. I highlighted this in a short and in my haul video. Listed October 8th, sold October 10th for an offer of $195. These were listed for $250. Just a really good brand. This was the better of the 2 blazers I found. It was hard to determine what the size was, okay? So I think these even had some like pit stains. I listed it as a 42 regular. As you can see, the pit was in between 21 and 20. This might have been a 44, but I wear 42 in blazers, and this fit me perfectly. So take that. If it's not listed, I wasn't gonna leave it behind. I still have one listed. It's got a lot of watchers. Haven't gotten an offer on it yet, but I'm hoping it sells quickly, just like this one. Next, we have some Adriano Goldschmied Everett jeans. These were listed, let's go back, August 6th, sold October 10th, so just over 2 months. I'm trying to figure out, I don't remember why I listed these high. Normally I list all of the AG jeans at $29.99. The only thought that I had was just this specific style in this specific size was really good. The price would have been an AI price through the Better Lister tool. So, but yeah, I accepted an offer. I want to say it was like $35. Wasn't the world, but hey, I'll take it. I still pick up almost every AG pant. I'm sure I could be a little bit more selective, but if it's $10 and under, I pick it up. And then they have to be also in good shape. Here's Lululemon. These are the Gray at Ease textured double knit jogger. List these October 1st, sold October 9th. Again, just you can see here there was some ribbing. It was really nice pair of joggers, honestly. But I like selling Lululemon. It's probably the second or third most sold item in my store, or my wife and I's store. Yeah, really good. I would buy these again. I've been paying up for some Lululemon lately, but that's just the name of the game. Especially at my thrift stores. They price everything super high. Here's an item I've had forever, and I'm happy to see it go. Bought this March 27th, so maybe I bought this a little at the end of the season, or too late. Sold October 9th, but it was a really, really high quality LL Bean jacket. It was a gray insulated wool blend, full zip. You can see it's probably more like a boiled wool. Maybe that would have been a better keyword. But overall, I mean, excellent item. Someone got a steal at $52 plus shipping. So, yeah, but I would buy this again. Maybe not so late in the season, but I definitely would buy this. Okay, so the next 2 items are 2 of the same item in different colors. The same person bought both, taking advantage of my 20% off multi-item quantity order. I'll show you one. It's a Travis Mathew pullover. So I've been having a lot of success with Travis Mathew outerwear, so long as I can identify the exact name of the item. So I listed both of these on October 2nd. They took 6 days until October 8th. Again, they've sold for full price, so it would have been $70 plus 20% off. But yeah, Travis Matthews. This was the Reggie Bush collab line. These are really nice. If these weren't a medium, I may have kept them. But again, I'm only picking up Travis Matthews outerwear or really in their pants if it has a style number and it comes to an item. Because it's a really tough sell to try to sell Travis Matthews without a style number. But yeah, keep on the lookout. Like I said, the only thing I'm buying Travis Matthews is their outerwear. You know, jackets, vests, hoodies, things like that, and pants if they have a style number. So, moving on. Next is an excellent sale. Listed these September 18th. Can't talk. Listed September 18th, sold October 8th. These are some Pro Elite shorts. Now, let me take a drink of water. Apologize, guys. Sorry about that. I don't feel 100%, and I have like a pinched nerve in my left shoulder here, so it's making it really hard to focus sometimes. But yeah, these don't look like much. They look like just your average everyday Nike shorts, but hey, I sell Nike all the time. I was just looking at the last 90 days, and my wife and I have sold over 170 items of Nike. So I sell a ton of Nike. It's probably the backbone of my store. But yeah, the way you know it's a Nike Pro Elite, do you see how where it says made in the United States? That is very indicative of Pro Elite. And then, oh, sorry guys. My God. Yeah, you didn't watch this. This is going to be partially die. What do you think? I should do some ASMR with drinking water? You know, like that little noise it makes while it touches your lip. You also didn't sign up for that. But anyways, look on the style tag of these Nikes. Whenever you see the triple X at the back, that also is a pretty good sign that you have something that's worth money. Because anything without that, the color code, means it was specifically designed for something. Odds are this was designed for either a college athlete, an Olympian, and it was handed to them. I find these quite often. I source very close to the Nike headquarters. So, but these do exist outside of Oregon and outside of, this small little area. I've seen people pick this stuff up like in Florida. So just be on the lookout. If you see Made in the USA Nike, look it up. Odds are it's worth good money, and it's probably worth a lot more money than what you paid for it. I probably would have paid about $8, if that. So keep on the lookout. Cool. Hey, here's a brand that I highlighted in the 3 outdoor brands that you probably didn't know. Some obscure hiking brand here. This is And Wander. This was the oversized cargo short ripstop. I didn't tell you here. I sold it or listed it September 28th. Sold October 7th. Took about 10 days. Nothing special. I mean, they just look like any other pair of shorts. They did feel a little bit more high quality. But I knew And Wander was a significantly good brand. Do not be weirded out by its tag. This is just what they look like. This is a Japanese brand. So, very good brand. Sold for $90. There's not a whole lot of it listed. I remember I highlighted that in the video. The sell-through rate's a little slower than you'd want, but I mean, the average ASP is just way high. Some On Clouds, guys. This is Cloud Nova. This is the wrap. I'd never seen these. These aren't actually that great of a style from On Cloud. It's kind of... On Cloud, I feel like, is like near the tipping point of not being purchasable because my thrift stores know exactly what they are, and they price them to like $25 to $40. Same with Hoka. Hoka is one of those where it's like $30 to $50. These are almost to the point where I can no longer buy them and sell them, and that's fine. I don't really deal with a whole lot of shoes, but I know what to look for. I paid $20 for these, so not a whole lot of profit, I didn't look them up. I just knew that On Cloud in general is a good brand. But they did sell. Listed them September 15th. Sold October 7th, so almost 30 days. So pretty good sell here. Viore. We all know Viore. This was an oversized Restore hoodie. Now the buyer does want to return this. He said he purchased it by mistake. How do you... that return reason to me just strikes me as odd. But listed June 27th, sold October 7th. So what, took about 3.5 months. But I did list this in the dead of summer. So it will sell if the guy returns it. But yeah, anytime you see Viore, you should just pick it up. I mean, it's just, there's your style number VW 2002. The W stands for women's, and if there was an M there, stands for men's. Or if it's just V 2002, that's men's. But the W notifies you that it's a women's piece. So, yeah, not too shabby. All right, guys, moving on to Poshmark. Now, Poshmark does not allow me to really break it down. I can't pop these into new windows like eBay. So I was able to narrow it down. I believe October 6th through October 12th. Here's all the sales. I showed you how much. So we're going to start at the bottom, moving our way up. Here's a bundle. Rabbit Running, if you don't know, is a very solid outdoor brand. Now, you may look on eBay and notice that it doesn't have the greatest sell-through rate in the world, but I do price them all pretty high. I buy pretty much everything in this brand, as long as it's in good shape. The jackets do the best, and the men's stuff do the best. But the women's does sell. I buy it regularly, and honestly, I have a good mixture between Poshmark and eBay, where they sell. I show this because it's just a bulk order. So, you know, here's some women's aloe yoga. Not all aloe yoga is made the same, but I will tell you their more recent pieces do great. Their jackets do excellent. Their cargo pants, woo, $70 to $100 depending on style. So be on the lookout for aloe. Don't pass it up. The leggings, I'd be a little cautious. I'd do your research first. But the other stuff does well. And if you can find men's stuff, the men's stuff does even better. So, yeah. Don't be just blindly passing that up. Here's another bundle that sold over 40. It's just some Bluffwork jeans. Bluffworks is a great men's brand. And then a Nike on field shirt. I like to pick up the NFL stuff. Moving on. Let's see what do we got. What's the next one? Here's a good bundle. This was 3 items. Some Polo Ralph Lauren corduroy pants. Peter Manning shirt. If you don't know, Peter Manning is an excellent brand. And a vintage Eddie Bauer wool sweater. Yeah, pretty solid there. This is something from a good brand, but I don't know if I would ever be able to pick it up again. So this was found a long time ago, but it was new with tags. Woolly, if you don't know, is a great merino wool brand. And maybe that's what I'll do this Friday is highlight 3 merino wool brands that you may not know about, because I know a couple of them. But yeah, sold for $50. I mean, like I said, I'd had this probably over a year at this point, so I'll take that. Here's another bundle: Red Van Lee and a Bad Birdie shorts. Red Van Lee still does really well. If it's a just plain color polo, probably looking at like $20 to $25. Excuse me. If it's got a pattern, price it at around $30, $35, whatever you're comfortable with. Bad Birdie in general is still a really excellent golf brand. I didn't know they did shorts. I thought they were just known mostly for their polos, but they do shorts. I found a pair, sold very quickly. So really happy with that sale. Moving on, here's a Burberry tie. This one was really, really nice. With these ties, you want to do, make sure to get the Novacek. I've had Burberry ties, and they just don't sell the greatest unless they're just this classic Novacek. This one even had some discoloration at the tail and some seam separation at the tail, but you know, it had a really nice texture and pattern. Here's the logo. I am not overly concerned with fake Burberry when it comes to ties. Other pieces I would be highly skeptical. But you can see the stitching was great and everything, so I wasn't concerned. Let's see. Here's a bulk bundle of ties. Canali tie. Here's another Burberry tie, a Zegna tie, a Ted Baker, and a Brioni. So really strong sale there. I love when bulk tie lots come in. It just makes me tickle. By the way, guys, a little caveat about Zegna ties. If you, I'm trying to be more selective with them. I used to just buy all of them because they're so good. But unlike other eBayers and YouTubers that are going to tell you, look at how much this Zegna tie can sell for, $50. No, the bulk majority of Zegna ties sell for under $25. So keep that in mind. Don't blindly buy it. If it's got a very interesting or beautiful pattern, go ahead, buy it. It'll sell great. It'll be a little bit longer tail item, but that's what ties are. Ties are, for me, a supplemental item that I like to hold on to. I like listing them. I like looking for them. They're like, men's professional wear in general. I like doing the blazers, things like that. So keep that in mind, guys, please. When you're looking through all this stuff, just keep that in mind. All right, we got three more items. Here's a Patagonia R1 pullover. Now, this I got at the bins of all places. This thing was practically brand new. I would have paid under $2. And I think the reason someone didn't pick it up is because it had the Samuel Adams, which isn't a bad embroidery. I think this actually helped it out more. But this was one of the R1 regulators, puller zip. And you can see by the tag, I mean, it was practically brand new. And for this to make it to the bins is wild. But it sold pretty quick for $45 offer. I'll take that every day. Some Roan commuter pants. Now, if you watch my video of 5 items I'm no longer picking up and 3 that are on thin ice, Roan is on that thin ice path, okay? The pants are pants and jackets and sweaters are really the only thing I'm picking up. So, and I don't know why that was listed so high. I think I had it listed for 55 and someone sent me an offer of 40 and I took I really don't know why it was listed so darn high. And the last item, this was also a online marketplace arbitrage item. I would have gotten this for around $50. But yeah, it was a Bonobos blazer, dark navy wool, slim fit. It had the Vitali Barberos Conicchio. I butchered that. But it was a tuxedo blazer. You can see that with the contrasting lapel. And yeah, beautiful blazer. Honestly, it was a really, really interesting blazer. Completely, just trying to show brand new with tags. $700 price tag. It was a small size. It did take a minute to sell. But I pick up almost every single Bonobos blazer I find new or used. And it's only better if it has the specialty fabric. And I actually kind of missed something here. This is the perennial Vitali Barberos. I probably undersold this, but I'm not going to complain. I doubled my money easily. So, yeah, blazers have been doing really well for me, guys. But there you have it. That's all the items, 40 and above, that sold on eBay and Poshmark. I give you all the bulk without the fluff, right? So, guys, if you enjoyed this, if this helped you, or you learned a new brand, please don't hesitate. Hit that like button. Comment below, subscribe, and until next time, guys, never forget to rule the day.